Ever traveled in busy airports like this one and wondered what it would be like just sipping a cup of tea above all the action in a quiet lounge? Or maybe right up here at a gorgeous luxury 5-star hotel lounge where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. But here's the twist. I didn't spend thousands of dollars on a first-class ticket, nor did I spend hundreds of dollars or euros on 5-star hotels. I did it on a budget. And I'm here to tell you how perhaps you can get some tips on traveling luxury without breaking the bank. Stay tuned. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. My name is Niranjan, and I'm here to tell you about how I am trying to get to that journey of financial freedom through passive income. A lot of us like vacations, but then we start worrying, are we going to break the bank? Today, I'm here to tell you how you can travel luxuriously on a budget. Before that, a quick reminder. Please do subscribe to the channel. Please like, share, and comment below. Let's talk travel costs. When you go on vacation, two major things come in mind when it comes to big ticket items. One is flights, the other one is hotel accommodations. Today, we're going to focus on hotel accommodations and how we can travel luxuriously in 5-star hotels on a budget. Let's start with tip number 1, booking directly with hotels. A lot of us are using various third-party websites such as booking.com to book our hotels. What we may not realize is that when we use booking.com or any third-party website, they can take a commission of up to 20% of what we pay them. What does that mean? The hotel gets far lower than what we are paying. That's why booking directly with the hotel chain does pay off. Hotels can reward us in different ways. One is through lower prices, another one is perhaps through complimentary breakfasts, upgrades, early check-ins, or late checkouts. So it does pay to book directly with hotels. Tip number 2. It's a simple one. Just ask. And I mean it. A lot of us are afraid to ask for certain things. But if you don't ask, there's no way you're even going to get it. I'll give you an example. If you're going to book with a hotel directly and you call them up and they give you a rate, ask if they can give you a discount. And if they cannot, perhaps ask if you're going to get a food and beverage credit. If we're going on vacation with family, with kids, maybe we're going to a resort. It could be that one is staying in a resort for a week. You are going to consume some amount of food, and those cappuccinos by the beach or those mimosas, they add up. And a 10 or a 20% discount on all of that, and it does help the pocket because then you do feel like you have a few more dollars left at the end of the trip. Ask for an early check-in or a late checkout. And here's a big tip. What you may or may not know is hotel staff are compensated to upsell. What does that mean? Very often, it's the base category rooms that get sold pretty quickly. But the high-end suites, the rooms with the sea view, people are typically not willing to pay full price for that. And hotel staff, especially the front desk staff, are given a certain percentage or a reward on what they can upsell. So it does pay to ask the front desk when you check in if they have a bigger room, if they have a suite. Very often, those suites can go at a discount. So it's a win-win situation where you can get a better room, a suite, for a marginal cost. The hotel gets additional revenue, and that room or suite doesn't go empty. So it truly is a win-win. What's important when you do this is to be confident, be kind, be polite. What's the worst that could happen? The only thing is they could say no. What's your take on this? What would you recommend? What would you do? Please do mention in the comments below. I'd love to read about it. Now that we've talked about quick wins, let's up the game a bit. Tip number 3, loyalty programs and how loyalty can pay off. Loyalty programs are great because they reward guests who are repeatedly patronizing their brand or their property. It's also good for you. Now, many of you may say, hey Niranjan, this means I have to spend 30, 40, 50 nights a year, maybe more, at the same brand. I don't do that. I don't have the money for that. But wait, there are a few ways around that. Now, one of the biggest loyalty programs is the Marriott Bonvoy program. Marriott has several thousand hotels all across the world, in almost every single part of the world. Marriott Bonvoy is known to reward people who are loyal to the group, loyal to the program. The beautiful part about the Marriott Bonvoy program is you can get rewarded for as few as 10 nights a year. With 10 nights a year, you're already a silver elite. You get 10% more points and various other benefits. But you know what? You don't even need to stay 10 nights at a Marriott property, because Marriott every year runs its double night promotion program. What does that mean? That means if you spend a night, you get credit for 2 nights and you get 1,000 extra points. So you actually only need to spend 5 nights a year to reach the first elite tier at Marriott Bonvoy. Most of us are going on vacation at least once or twice a year. So it should not be rocket science, or it should not be too hard to get to that 5 nights a year. Now, if you travel to an area where you don't have too many Marriott properties, pick another loyalty program that suits you, that suits your travels. Now, why loyalty? Loyalty comes with several perks. Once you reach a certain tier or a certain stage in the loyalty program, you're eligible for quite a few things. Extra points to start off with. In addition to this, you're also eligible for room upgrades, as well as early check-in and late checkout. You get access to the club lounge, which means you get complimentary happy hour drinks. You can get free food. And this helps, because then you're not spending on food and drinks in other places, and you have some money left, even after the end of a business trip or a vacation. Coming back to the promo that Marriott runs, Marriott typically runs this each year between the middle of February and the end of April, so you can get quite a lot of nights and rack up those extra points early on in the year. Tip number 4, the friends and family rate. We often say, the more friends we have, the merrier. Well, in this case, that may really be the case. Most hotels have what's called a friends and family rate. And hotel chains having this rate can really help you travel around on a budget. This means that if you have a friend who works at a global hotel chain and they give you the authorization to use that rate, you can travel at luxury hotels at very reasonable prices. I can give you my own example. I've stayed at a hotel in the Middle East at a price that was 40% lower than what was advertised by using the friends and family rate. And that helped me save a lot of money and enjoy a luxurious time at that hotel. The friends and family rate is a great option, but please remember there are a few caveats. The first one is it typically cannot be used for business travel. So make sure if you're going on vacation that you don't ask for a business invoice at the end of it. That would not be pretty. The second one is you will need a pre-authorization form. So please don't just use the code, because at check-in, you may be asked for the form. So it's important you get that from your friend who is the employee of that particular hotel chain. And the third one is be on your best behavior. Don't be too demanding when using that rate, because otherwise your friend may get a complaint, and that's not going to look very pretty for you, for him or her, or your friendship, right? Now, this isn't a tip that will always work, but when it works, it's a charm. When you combine all these tips, you may use some of them, you may not use some of them, you may use them in combination, but typically if you use one or more together, they work beautifully. They help you save a lot of money, they help you enjoy your vacation, and you don't have to think too much before having that extra mimosa. Now, for the best part, let's put this all together in an example. Let's say we want to go to Croatia for a weekend. So if we use a third-party website like booking.com, we can see that a night from the 26th to the 27th of April for 2 people without breakfast, including taxes, is 157 euros. So if we had to add breakfast at 21 euros a person, this would be a total of 199 euros. Now, if we go for a weekend, we may also want to have some drinks, have dinner, eat something somewhere. So this means our entire weekend, we could spend about 250 euros. And that would be pretty conservative. Now, let's try and book the same room directly on the Marriott Bonvoy app. Now, let's also assume we don't have any sort of elite status, any loyalty status. If we book the room directly on the Marriott Bonvoy app without any status, it costs 149 euros. This includes taxes, but this does not include breakfast. So straight away, we're saving 8 euros. Let's assume that we use the friends and family rate. So if we use the friends and family rate, then we have a rate of 125 euros. So from the first rate that we saw on booking.com, we've already saved 32 euros. However, this still does not include things like breakfast and other things. Let's assume we get elite status with Marriott Bonvoy. Then in this rate also includes complimentary breakfast, access to the club lounge, where we can have complimentary drinks, lunch, and dinner, or at least some snacks. So we're saving a lot of money. So instead of spending 250 euros on a weekend, you could actually just spend 125 euros. But we're not done there yet. Because along with elite status, and especially if we book during the promo period, we get extra points, which means we can get up to 20 euros back in points. Of course, this depends upon how you value it. So essentially, we would have spent just over 100 euros for the same room that otherwise we would spend on a weekend over 250 euros. So that's a saving of about 150 euros at least, just by being smart, just by pushing our dollar or our euro to greater lengths. What I've included are tangible benefits. I haven't included benefits that are more difficult to value. Upgrades. With elite status, you can get complimentary upgrades, which you don't have to pay for. You can get late checkouts, maybe an early check-in. And of course, the hotel does value your loyalty more. In some cases, you can even get complimentary garage parking. To wrap it up, luxury travel isn't just for the rich. It's for the resourceful. It's about making your dollar or your euro go further. So next time you're planning your vacation, do think about some of these tips. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, please subscribe, and please keep watching for more content. In a future video, I'm going to be telling you how I book premium flights at a price that's slightly more than an economy class ticket. Take care and bon voyage.